It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Wednesday, the 20th of April. I'm James Spann. Most of the state dry today, maybe a touch of light rain in spots. The better chance of showers will come tomorrow into part of the day Friday, and maybe some strong storms Friday. We'll go in there and take a look at things this morning. The big upper low trough that's been over the western states beginning to lift out, moving into the Great Plains. Moisture levels are clearly higher here, and again, as the day begins, we note a few patches of mostly light rain on the western side of the state. That was a radar at 5:15 this morning. So clearly there's some risk of rain today, but probably not a lot. I think a really decent part of the day today will be dry with a mix of sun and clouds. That was the radar composite at 5 o'clock. The bigger storms back in parts of north and eastern Texas. Temperatures are mostly in the low 60s around here as the day begins, with 50s up to the north. Birmingham at 61. We'll be up around 80, maybe low 80s in spots today. In fact, the NAM is printing a high of 84. And it's going to be warm for a while. It's a warm pattern setting up. Around the nation, coldest airs in the western states underneath the upper low and trough, still 30s in parts of Colorado, and they've still got some snow on the ground from the big storm there this weekend. On the watch warning map, flash flood watches for parts of the Arklatex region. Things are quiet here. Severe weather possibilities. Again, today, parts of Texas could see some severe storms. A marginal risk into sections of Arkansas and Louisiana. Tomorrow, a marginal risk from the Rio Grande to near Jackson and Greenville, Mississippi. And on day 3, we note there is a marginal risk of severe weather for parts of Alabama, especially south of the line from near Scottsboro to Birmingham to Demopolis. And we'll talk about that as we go. This is the rain for the next 5 days. Valid through Monday morning. Rain amounts around 1 inch for the northern half of the state. Lighter amounts down to the south. So let's take a look. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid today at 1 o'clock. See the upper low across the Great Plains. Surface low over Iowa. Most of the showers and storms should be west of the state today. And again, could there be a sprinkle somewhere? Yes. This is the high-res HRRR, valid today at 4 o'clock, and it's suggesting there could be some shower activity or light rain over about the northern third of the state. And it did this yesterday, and really nothing much happened at all, but the air should be a little more moist today with those higher dew points. So, again, some of you might see a raindrop or two, but rain probably not much. Now, tomorrow, the broad surface low is over the Great Lakes. Moisture should be a little deeper, and the chance of showers will be higher. But still, I wouldn't call it a rainy day. Just some showers, maybe from time to time. Mostly cloudy. I'd say the high would be in the upper 70s. And then Friday is somewhat of a mystery. The surface low is north of Maine, with the trailing front down to about Muscle Shoals at midday. And this is suggesting clearly we'll need to hang on to some chance of showers and storms into Friday. And we've seen the models waffling all over the place on timing here. It might be the better chance Friday morning, but we'll keep in the chance all during the day today, or all during the day Friday. But clearly it's not going to rain all day and be a total washout. This is the instability coming off the high-res NAM Friday at 1 o'clock, and you can see the instability ramps up to about 2,000 joules per kilogram from about Alabaster and Calera down to Selma and Jackson. So clearly there could be some thunder and, maybe a strong storm. You saw that marginal risk. This is the storm relative helicity, and the numbers are not that impressive, 0 to 1 kilometers. Again, the better dynamic support is pretty far north and it's weakening. And curiously, the high-res NAM really doesn't show much at all at 1 o'clock Friday. Looks pretty inactive, so that's why it's somewhat of a mystery. But we'll maintain the chance of showers and thunderstorms on Friday. And there could be a strong storm, but I'd say the severe weather risk is pretty small with the dynamic support weakening so much. But Saturday is looking good. A bright sunny sky, the high in the upper 70s, just beautiful. Great day to kick off the weekend. And pretty much the same thing on Sunday. Sunny with low 80s. The GFS is showing 83 for Birmingham. We do know a little moisture off to the east, but again, we will have good subsidence with an upper ridge. Now, next week, Monday, moisture starts to increase. We're going to leave it warm and dry with low to mid 80s. Tuesday, we might consider the risk of a shower, but it would be pretty scattered with ridging. And again, low to mid 80s, very warm. And a week from today, you can see the main trough is way, way west of here in the western states. And again, that suggests we could see a few showers about. There's a surface low over Oklahoma and Kansas, but that is not a severe weather look. And again, very warm with mid 80s. This is the end of the forecast period. Friday, the 29th, the trough gets a little closer. Deep surface low is over Nebraska. That could be a severe weather look for parts of Missouri and down into Arkansas and toward Shreveport and Houston. But we are still under a ridge, and it's still basically warm and pretty quiet. And speaking of warm, look at the numbers. It just looks like that ridge wants to be very persistent. And the good thing about the ridge, it obviously lessens any chance of severe weather, keeps us nice and warm. The problem with it, the thing is, if it persists into the summer, it could be broiling here. But you can see highs up in the middle 80s well into the month of May. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.